Hello students, welcome to CBSE NCERT Solutions by Vedantu. I am Ms. Gopika, your own biology master teacher. So all of you know that we have been doing an NCERT series from past few days, and many students are being helped by this because every line of NCERT we are teaching and we are reading with you. So this way what happens is we help you understand, the chapters in more depth, and also at the same time we also help you understand about the how NCERT should be read exactly. Okay, I hope all of you are going to enjoy the next chapter, that is evolution. Students, evolution, I think some of you might find it very difficult, or not very interested in the chapter because it is like a story, right? But let me tell you, it's one of the most amazing chapters that you can ever learn, because evolution chapter is actually going back into history, and students who like a story other than a lot of terminologies, this chapter is actually really good for all of you. So let's directly dive into the video and let's try to understand what is evolution. Okay, what is evolution? So students, evolution is basically means you're studying the flora and fauna and looking back into the past. Okay, looking back into the past. Now look here, evolutionary biology is the study of history of life forms. Okay, evolutionary biology is the study of history of life forms on earth. What exactly is evolution? To understand the changes in the flora and fauna. Flora and fauna means, flora means the vegetation. Okay, the vegetation, and fauna means the animals, okay, and the living organisms generally. So flora means what are the type of plants, what are the type of genus, that this all of this you would have studied in plant kingdom, no? How development happened, how did evolution actually happen in plants, all that you understood already. So evolutionary biology means where you study about the flora and fauna that has happened or occurred in millions of years, okay, over millions of years on earth. We must have an understanding on the context of origin of life. Now students, in this chapter what you're basically going to study is you're going to study how origin of life happened. Do all of you believe, like sometimes we have also heard, no, that God created the entire universe in 7 days, and on 8th day man appeared, or 6th day, 7th day man appeared. Then we would have heard that a one big explosion happened, and because of this earth was formed. So there are multiple theories to prove how life happened, how earth happened, how universe is formed, all of this. Okay, so today you're going to study some of the, let's say, most accepted ones, or some of the ones that makes a lot of sense, like the history makes a lot of sense, like I'll be able to tell that, okay, this is how it has been formed. Okay, this is how it has been formed, and maybe this is actually the right thing. Okay, this is actually the right thing. So have an understanding on the context of life. So this is a story of origin of life, evolution of life forms, or biodiversity on planet earth in context to evolution of earth against the background of evolution of universe. So basically you're going to study how origin of universe happened, then only you're going to study how earth was formed. Okay, earth, or how life happened on earth, and multiple things like that. Now see, origin of life. When we look at the stars, all of you love looking at the stars, I hope, because it's the most beautiful thing that you see in the sky, no? Star, moon. So I love staring at the sky as well. Like when you know that it is fully dark, you will be able to see those shiny little things. But when you learn this chapter, you understand that you are actually looking into the past. That is, the star has emitted the light from trillion kilometers, and it has finally reached our eyes. Okay, so when we look at the stars on a clear night sky, we are in a way looking back in time. Okay, looking back in time. So here they're mentioning about stellar distance. The stellar distance are measured in light years. The distance from the earth to the star, I will call it as stellar distance. And how is it measured? It is measured in light years. So whenever we are looking at the star, we are actually looking into the past. Past means this light from the star has been emitted and it has traveled trillion kilometers and come to me. So how beautiful is it, right? So what we see today is an object who emitted light, started its journey millions of years back from trillions of kilometers away and reaching our eyes now. Okay, However, when we see an object in our immediate surrounding, we see them instantly, right? Now, let's say my Bluetooth, okay, I'm looking at it and right now it's in my present. I'm not looking into any past or anything. But when I'm looking into my memories in the phone, like when I was in college, when I was in school, and if I have images of that, that means what, I'm looking into the past, right? I'm seeing a memory that was happened. Same way, maybe you also, like in your NEET journey or in your boards journey, you would have noticed that you are actually looking into the past when you know, meet your friend, who was in your school. You see the photos of together, that is looking into the past. So the origin of life is considered a unique event in the history of universe. The universe is vast. Relatively speaking, the earth itself is only a speck. So in an entire your galaxies, earth is just a speck. So students, what did we learn? We learned that earth, okay, and star, okay, this is your star, beautiful white color star, let's draw. Okay, oh, these are your stars. So from earth or star, the distance is called as stellar distance. What distance? Stellar distance. And how is the stellar distance measured? In light years. Okay, they're measured in light years. Understood? They're measured in light years. So when we talk about how the universe was formed, the first ever theory to exist. So look here, students, it is almost true. Universe, okay, universe is almost 20 billion years old. Huge cluster of galaxies comprise the universe. So it has been told that, let's take I do not have anything here, but students, just imagine there is a circle. Okay, inside that circle, I think this you can compare. Okay, this is a powder tin. Okay, I hope the powder does not spill. Okay, this is a powder tin. Can you all see? Now students, imagine this is the universe. This cap is the universe. If you look into the universe, there are small dots, no? All those dots are what? Galaxies. Okay, so many galaxies form a universe, and in that, let's say earth is in the center. Earth is a small speck or a small dot. Okay, a speck or a small dot. So that is how the entire universe is formed. So that is what here they're telling, that huge clusters of galaxies comprises, okay, huge clusters of galaxies comprises the universe. Galaxies contain stars and clouds of gas and dust. So this galaxy that we are talking about has stars and cloud of gas and dust. Okay, now considering the size of universe, earth indeed is a speck. Now, how was universe formed? Okay, the Big Bang theory attempts to explain us the origin of universe. It talks about a singular huge explosion, unimaginable in physical terms. The universe expanded and hence the temperature came down. So what happened? The universe expanded, the temperature came down. That led to the formation of hydrogen and helium formed sometime later. The gases condensed under gravitation and formed the galaxies of the present day universe. They told that the gases, got condensed because of gravity or under gravitation, and they formed the galaxies of the present day universe. So in the solar system of Milky Way galaxy, Earth was supposed to be half formed 4.5 billion years ago. So universe is 20 billion years ago old, Earth is 4.5 billion years ago old. There was no atmosphere on the early Earth. Water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide and ammonia released from molten mass covered the surface. The UV rays from the sun broke water into hydrogen and oxygen, and the lighter hydrogen escaped. Oxygen combined with ammonia and methane to form water, carbon dioxide and others. Okay, the ozone layer was formed. As it cooled, the water vapor condensed to form rain, okay, fell as rain, and wherever there were depressions, that water filled there and it formed the ocean. Okay, life appeared 500 million years after the formation of Earth. That is almost 4 billion years back. So they're telling after, Earth was formed 4.5 billion years ago. Life happened 4 billion years ago. That means a 500 million years difference is there. So students, before I go into how life happened, let's just summarize what is this whole theory about. So I think all of you would have heard about Big Bang Theory on Netflix. No, it's a very famous series. So here, Big Bang Theory. So we are finding universe. Okay, we are finding universe. and this universe is 20 billion years ago, formed 20 billion years ago. But how was it formed? They are telling that this was formed because of a big bang theory. They were telling that it was formed because of a big bang theory. This big bang theory, how did it happen? It was a singular, matlab only one, okay, singular huge explosion. Singular huge explosion happened. Okay, this singular huge explosion led to what? And it was unimaginable in physical terms. Okay, this singular huge explosion, students, led to expansion. Okay, led to expansion. And you know, when something gets expanded, it gets cooled down as well, no? So that expansion led to cooling down. Okay, cooling down. This cooling down led to the formation of, okay, H2, that is hydrogen and helium gases. Understood? Big bang theory, a singular huge explosion happened. That explosion led to expansion, and that expansion led to cooling down of the temperature. Okay, cooling down of the temperature, and that led to the formation of hydrogen and helium gas. Now, they are telling that Earth was formed. Okay, now according to them, the early Earth, okay, the early Earth had no atmosphere. That means no atmosphere means what? It was not favorable for humans to survive or life to happen. No atmosphere. And then they told that the molten mass, okay, the molten mass had gases like carbon dioxide, okay, methane, water vapor, and ammonia. And they noticed that, okay, all this is like theories, okay. They noticed that the UV rays, okay, the UV rays from the sky, okay, from the sun had reached here, and that UV ray led to the splitting of H2 and O2, splitting of water. And since hydrogen was lighter, it escaped. Okay, since hydrogen was lighter, it escaped. This oxygen went and combined with ammonia, okay, and methane, sorry, okay, methane and ammonia to form gases like carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. Now this led to the formation of the atmosphere. Now students, all the gases, okay, a lot of gases were formed, no, all these gases condensed, okay, and because of it, what happened? It started raining, okay, condensation happened, okay, these are the clouds, okay, these are the clouds, it started raining, okay, very artistic we have to be, that students find it interesting also. So it started raining, and this rain led to, you know, there were depressions on the land. Always remember, they did not consider the entire universe as one solid structure or anything. They noticed that there were depressions. So this rain started filling up in the depressions, okay, filling up the water in this depression, okay, filling up water in these depressions, and these depressions are turned out to be oceans. Okay, see, half of it you can understand that it's not believable, but please do understand this is all the theories that exist, because human itself, you know, Earth was formed 4.5 billion years ago. Okay, after 500 million years ago, life happened. So you can just imagine how much of fabrications might go for some stories. Okay, this is how it is believed, and this is the like, we can say widely accepted also, people believe it, that Big Bang theory happened, a singular huge explosion happened, and that explosion led to the formation of gases, and that led to the formation of the early atmosphere, and that was not you know, favorable. And then suddenly the molten mass, like the molten mass was there, to which the UV rays came, and that led to the breaking down of water, forming hydrogen gas and oxygen. This oxygen went and combined with other gases to form carbon dioxide and water. Then all these gases condensed to form as rain, and this rain came and started filling in the depressions, and that was called as ocean. Okay, and then UV rays were formed, students. Now one more thing is, this is your entire universe. Okay, this is your entire universe. This universe had multiple galaxies. Like I showed you, like that powder curtain. Let's say these were the galaxies. Okay, in these galaxies, our Earth was a speck. Okay, just a speck. Speck means what? A small spot. Okay, small spot. So this is how the finding happened so far. Okay, now different theories to prove. Okay, did we miss something? Fellas, rain we wrote, sun broke we wrote. Okay, sun broke up, students. Sun broke up. Okay, so here you can see ammonia released from the molten parts covers the surface. Okay, everything is the same we have written. Okay, now first theory to tell how life happened. So now we formed the Earth, we formed the universe. Now our job is to find how Earth life how exactly happened. So did life come from outer space? Understood? That was the first question. Some scientists believe that if it came from outside, early Greek thinkers thought units of life called as spores. So they believed very simple. Like, let's imagine I am Earth. This is the outer space. From there, a spore came, a life of spore came and fell on me. And that's when first life happened. It was believed. And now also many astronomers believe it. Okay. We're transferred to different planets, including the Earth. So panspermia is still a very favorite idea for some astronomers. For a long time, it was also believed that life came out from decaying and rotting materials like straw, mud, etc. This was a theory of spontaneous generation. Louis Pasteur, by careful experimentation, demonstrated that life comes from pre-existing life. So these are few theories, okay, that you need to remember. See, Louis Pasteur, by careful experimentation, demonstrated that life comes from pre-existing life. Okay, he showed that in a pre-sterilized flask, life did not come from killed yeast, while in another flask open in air, okay, new living organism arose from killed yeast. So spontaneous generation theory was dismissed once and for all. However, this did not answer how first life came on Earth. So now I know you will be confused. Now listen to me carefully. Let's go one by one theory. Students, many theories were there. There was a father, okay. There was a father called Father Suarez, okay. This father told that Earth was created by God, okay. This is called the theory of special creation, okay. First I'll write that if you want, okay. It was called theory of special creation. And according to him, he believed that Earth was not 4 billion years old. Earth was only 4,000 years old. Okay, he believed that Earth was only 4,000 years old. And according to him, I think many of you would have heard this theory that God made all of this in 7 days. Okay, in 7 days, and on the 8th day life happened. This was his belief. Okay, and people who are believing in this culture or believing in this caste or whatsoever, these people also started believing like this, that God created everything in 7 days, and that's how beautiful this world is. This is one theory. Second theory discussed in our NCERT is theory of panspermia. Theory of panspermia. With theory of panspermia, that means, students, from the outer space, let's assume this is our Earth. Okay, this is our Earth. From outer space, okay, from outer space, there is a spore that has come, spore of life. Okay, a spore of life has come and fallen on our Earth. What is this? Spore of life. And this is believed to be the first step where life happened. So this is our Earth, and this spore has come from the outer space. So when the spore came and fell on our Earth, they believe that that is how life happened. Okay, and it's not like it just fell on Earth, it fell on all other planets and it then fell on us. Okay, so this is called as theory of panspermia. Theory of, we can also call it as theory of panspermia also call it as theory of life. Okay, life of spore or something we can tell it. Okay, spore theory of panspermia is the main one. Okay, one more name is there, students. Okay, theory of life. Okay, like that also there is one name. Okay, there is one name. I'll tell you that 1 second. Okay, I have read it somewhere, but I do not remember what is that theory called as. Theory of cosmo. 1 second. We will be. Yes, here I have it. Okay, this theory is called theory of cosmozoic theory, students, or you can also call it theory of panspermia. Okay, yes, even theory of panspermia seeds also is there. Okay, like that multiple names are there. In case you see somewhere and you'll be like, "You, I don't know this," then just look here. Pansperm seeds are called. Okay, theory of cosmozoan. This is also one theory. Okay, different books, some theories names will be there. Now next one is, students, next theory was theory of spontaneous generation. Theory of spontaneous generation. Now what was this theory? Theory of spontaneous generation. What was this theory? This theory was like, it was actually done by Reddy. Okay, a scientist called Reddy, but it's not mentioned in your textbook, so you do not have to worry. So how did he do the setup? Was like this, students. Okay, he kept 3 beakers. Okay, this is how he believed that it came from dead and decayed. Okay, he kept yeast also, they said. Sometimes people tell that, he had kept what is that, dead and decayed some meat or something. Okay, so yeast, let's consider here yeast only. Yeast was kept. Okay, now in the first scenario, obviously if you keep yeast, okay, kill yeast, flies are going to come. Same color, no? Okay, flies are going to come. Yes or no? Flies are going to come after some time, dead and decayed. Obviously moth will start coming. Okay, moth will start coming. So they assume that, okay, you know what, life might have come from dead and decayed, because this is dead, yeast is dead. Okay, this whole combination is dead, so even if I keep meat, it is dead. So they thought like that. Then they did an experiment telling that, okay, they covered this with muslin cloth, like a cloth that would still give the smell and everything, but just that they cannot enter. They noticed that this moth and not just the moth, the flies, everything started forming on top of this muslin cloth. Okay, why? Because the smell is coming, but then they are not able to enter, so they were found there. Then when he kept it completely covered, like properly wrapped, okay, proper, like a beaker cover he kept, he noticed that nothing was there. That means what? The smell did not go out, and it definitely did not attract the flies or moth. So this kind of gave them an idea that maybe life comes from dead and decayed. Understood? But don't you think it is not the truth? Okay, dead and decayed will obviously attract the organism, the saprophytic organisms who feed on dead and decayed. That is the reason here. Okay, so this theory was completely vanished. Then Louis Pasteur came with a theory called as theory of biogenesis. So that was abiogenesis. This is theory of biogenesis, and he told that life comes from pre-existing life. Now his experiment also, students, there was a sterilized flask, as you mentioned in NCERT. You can see there was a sterilized flask. In that pre-sterilized flask, okay, pre-sterilized flask, he noticed that there was no growth of any microbes or anything. Okay, same thing he did it again. He did it with a swan neck. I think all of you would have heard, no, swan neck. So in the swan neck, what he noticed was, see, like this, then this one was, okay, like this. Oh, okay, he did a swan neck experiment as well. Like this, students. What happened here? They say dead yeast was there or killed yeast was there. Okay, he noticed that the microbes has arrived up to here. Okay, microbes have arrived up to here. These are the microbes. Why so? They're not able to travel further because of this bending there. Okay, once this was broken, he noticed that the microbes suddenly were faster able to, form here. This is why, students, because of the easiest way to transport, right? Like if I keep a glass which is open, okay, and I have kept something inside that, definitely microbes are going to come from the air and going to, start growing there. But at the same time, if I have, it's kept in a very bent surface, or it is kept in a portion where there is a hindrance for these people to travel, they will definitely try to stop it. Again, this theory also, we cannot tell that this was the theories that could prove that life happened like this, that life comes from pre-existing lives, because here if you see, that does not give you a clarity. So this theory also was not widely accepted, but people still, talk about it and other things. So this theory, student, Louis Pasteur's theory, you have to remember, because question comes, because it's Louis Pasteur, obviously question is going to come. Okay, so Louis Pasteur's theory. Okay, yes, that is life comes from pre-existing life. Okay, life comes from pre-existing life. This was the theory. But again, as I told you, the swan neck also happened with this. Okay, swan neck also happened with this. Swan neck theory also happened. And see, even when he kept this flask open, microbes grew in that. Okay, it's not like microbes did not grow. Obviously, pre-sterilized flask means definitely to a level the microbes will not get attacked, but after that it will get attacked if it's kept open. Okay, so even in the pre-sterilized flask, even when he kept it open for a very longer time, he started noticing that the microbes have started growing. Okay, because when you keep it open, automatically from the air the microbes will travel inside and they will start accumulating. Yes or no? So they started growing even in the pre-sterilized flask, not at the starting but after a long time. Okay, only when it was closed, okay, he noticed that there was no growth. Okay, when it was closed, there was no growth. Now students, there's one more theory, theory of catatropism. Okay, that also if you want, I'll just write it here. Theory of catatropism. What is this theory? This theory spoke about, let's say this is one species, we can tell, yeah, okay. Yes, so this is one species, okay, this is one life. Now this will, get extinct, or let's say, okay, this is no more there. Okay, let's say this is no more there. Now when this is not there, okay, this is a periodical thing. Let's say this is not there. If this life goes, or if this life gets extinct, that will create new space. That will create new space. That new space, you will see new life. Or you can tell, yeah, new life. Again, a theory that did not make a lot of sense. Now, example, I have the specs box here. Let's say on my hand. Suddenly, the specs box is missing, or it got extinct. Okay, like let's just believe that these are organisms. Okay, these are a group of organisms. This is the life. Okay, this is one set of people. This people vanished. Okay, this people vanished. Now, my hand is free. This place of my earth is free. Now, instead of that, let's say these three people came, or this is one generation of people, this people came. New life happened. Again, when these people go, another life will come. So this is what a theory of catatropism is, which again does not make sense. No, it does not happen like that. They tell that, okay, when dinosaurs went, humans came, like this. Okay, in this theory, all this is spoken that when dinosaurs left, humans happened to come. But again, it does not make sense because it's not the truth. It's not the truth. Now, students, Oparin and Haldane, okay, these were the two scientists who came up with the most relevant theory. And this theory was that Oparin of Russia and Haldane of England proposed that the first form of life could have come from pre-existing non-living organic molecules. Okay, that is RNA or protein, etc. And that formation of life was preceded by chemical evolution, that is formation of diverse organic molecules from inorganic constituents. Okay, so the condition on the earth were high temperature, volcanic storms, reducing atmosphere containing ammonia, methane and all of that. Okay. Yes, formation of diverse organic molecules from inorganic constant. The condition on Earth were high temperatures, volcanic storms, reducing atmosphere containing ammonia and methane, etc., carbon dioxide, water vapor. In 1953, S.L. Miller, an American scientist, created similar conditions in the laboratory scale. That is, he created electrical discharge in a closed flask containing methane, again, same thing, at 800 degrees Celsius. He observed the formation of amino acids. Okay, he observed the formation of amino acids. Oh, sorry, students. In similar experiments, others observed formation of sugars, nitrogen bases, pigments, and fats. Okay, so analysis of the meteoroid content also revealed that similar components indicating that similar processes are occurring elsewhere in space. So what is the whole thing? Okay, I'll teach you what is the whole thing. Now, before I go to Miller's experiment, first let me tell you what Oparin and Haldane found. Okay, because if you don't understand what Oparin and Haldane found, you're not going to understand what S.N. Miller did. Yes, Oparin, students, Oparin and Haldane, okay, Oparin and Haldane came up with a theory called as theory of chemical evolution. Okay, theory of chemical evolution. Yes, theory of chemical evolution. Now, what is this theory going to talk about? Okay, that is, he told, okay, these people told, okay, these people told that life, okay, life came from pre-existing, okay, pre-existing non-living. This is important for you, okay. Yes, non-living organic molecule. So, what did Louis Pasteur tell? Life came from pre-existing life. Now, these people are telling this came from organic molecules like your RNA and protein. RNA and protein. So, simple thing, their thought process was like this. How is our Earth now? Okay, the Earth had extreme volcanic temperatures. They have reducing atmosphere. They had the gases like CH4, CO2, NH3, okay, and H2. Okay, these were the things that were present in the atmosphere. Now, to this, okay, they believed that lightning happened. Okay, like how we understood that, before UV light. So like this, they believed that lightning happened. Okay, a big storm of light hit them. And this lightning led to the formation of amino acids. Amino acids. And obviously all of you know many amino acids, okay, combine to form your proteins. Okay, amino acid formed with peptide bond forms your protein. Yes or no? This all makes sense, no? So, because of this reducing atmosphere, this is the reducing atmosphere on Earth. Okay, this is reducing atmosphere. Reducing atmosphere. This reducing atmosphere, when was struck with a lightning, okay, naturally they're talking, okay, they're telling that Earth was there, they had very, severe temperatures and all of that. When this gases, okay, was hit by lightning, it formed amino acids, and these amino acids combined to form the protein. So that thought process came, okay. Then many people, students, especially the first ever person to do a similar experiment in lab was S.L. Miller. It was S.L. Miller. S.L. Miller did the experiment, same setup, like how Oparin and Haldane told, he did the same setup in the lab with taking these gases, okay, taking these gases, okay, and hit them with the almost 800 degrees Celsius electrodes. So instead of lightning, what did he do? He used 2 electrodes to make a spark discharge. Spark discharge. He supplied all the gases and he made this spark discharge. So when he gave the spark discharge, he noticed that, okay, he noticed that he was able to get amino acid. The 3 amino acids he got was arg, okay, that is alanine, okay, aspartate, alanine, aspartic acid, alanine, aspartic acid, and glycine. Okay, glycine. These were the 3 amino acids he got. Understood? The 3 amino acids he got. And students, many people with the same setup of SL Miller started doing the experiment, and instead of amino acids, some people got nucleic acids. Okay, some people got nucleic acids. And what is our genetic material made up of? They are nucleic acids, no? They got nucleic acids. Some people got sugars. DNA has a component called sugar. Yes or no? Some people got fats. Some got pigments. With the same setup, maybe changing the reducing atmosphere temp, that this combination, if they change and they add different things, they'll be able to get these. Okay, they'll be able to get these. Understood? Now we will go back to the experiment and I will try to explain you how they are done it. See, look here students, this is the experiment. He took 2 electrodes and this electrode causes the spark. Okay, this is the one who is going to show the lightning, right? In earth, on earth it naturally happened, and that was lightning. Okay, that was lightning. Now this is the spark discharge, and inside that both the electrodes are there. These electrodes hit each other and that caused sparking or lightning. Now inside this the gases were there, which was seen in the reducing atmosphere or in the early earth. These gases, when struck with the lightning, they were condensing and they were giving a liquid here. Can you see the liquid in trap? Okay, liquid water in trap. When he took this to lab and he noticed, he saw a reddish color fluid, which was, when he checked the content inside it, he found that it was amino acid. So water containing organic compounds. So this was the chemical evolution, speaking about how life might have. Okay, chemical evolution, speaking about how life might have come from organic molecules. Okay, organic molecules, that is, let's say all these nucleic acids were formed, nitrogenous bases, all this combined to form our DNA. So like this, the genetic material could be formed. This genetic material obviously led to the formation of our genetics, right? Inheritance. So this is the finding, and the most approved finding also, I can tell you. Okay, see, people got polysaccharides. Now these okay, see students, these capsules reproduce their molecule. Perhaps the first cellular form of life did not possibly originate till about 2000 million years ago. These were, so the first cellular form came after 2000 million years ago. Okay, that is 2 billion years ago. These were probably single cells. All life forms were in water environment only. This version of biogenesis, that is the first form of life, slowly arose through the evolutionary forces from non-living molecules, is accepted by majority. That is, people are able to connect that maybe it has come through chemical evolution, not because of just random some spores coming and falling, or randomly it was created. People could not believe it. Okay, people were like, no, maybe it has come from chemical evolution, maybe smaller molecules has come from chemical evolution. Okay, however, once found how the first cellular forms of life have evolved into a complex biodiversity of today is a fascinating story that will be discussed below. Okay, that will be discussed below. So they are discussing about how first cellular form has come. Okay, did we miss any paragraph here? Okay, we have no idea about how the first self-replicating metabolic capsules of life arose. The first, see, so 2 dates you remember. Okay, first non-cellular. Okay, first non-cellular form of life could have originated 3 billion years ago. Okay, and the first cellular form $2 billion years ago. Okay, 2 billion years ago. and they would have all arose from the giant molecules, that is giant organic molecules. Giant organic molecules. Clear? Yes. So students, I'm writing all the dates, okay, all the dates, so this way it will help you actually. Okay, so if you're following this class by now, you know that all the notes will be written for you. So all you have to do is just watch the lecture, subscribe to the channel. So universe 20 billion years ago, earth 4.5 billion years ago. Yes or no? Life 4 billion years ago. Okay, then first non-cellular life form. Okay, first non-cellular life 3 billion years ago. First cellular 2 billion years ago, less than 2 billion years ago. Okay, less than 2 billion years ago. These are the dates you have to remember. Under universe, you have to remember Big Bang theory. Okay, here you have to remember the galaxies. Okay, how the galaxies were formed and that made the universe, and in that it is a spec. Life, most accepted one is chemical evolution by Operin and Haldane, and S.L. Miller was able to prove it. Okay, chemical evolution by Operin and Haldane. Okay, Haldane, which is proven by S.L. Miller. So I'm just writing S.L. Miller as well. Then this two obviously not required, but just remember that these are believed. Note have drawn. Okay, these are believed to be formed from giant organic molecule. Okay, giant organic molecules could be a RNA or protein. Clear? Pakka clear? Okay, these are the different things. These are the different things. Chalo, next one. Evolution of life form. Okay, a theory. So conventional, see, this is what I told you about there. Okay, theory of special creation. Conventional religious literature tells us about theory of special creation. This theory has three connotations. One, that very important, that all living organisms, species or types that we see today were created as such. So they are telling that no evolution has happened. Today, however I am, today, however humans are, however animals were, however, plants were, everything was created as such. Like how we believe in giraffe, no, that giraffe was formed with the neck of that of the horse, but they kept stretching, and then they were able to consume the trees and plants, which is not true. According to these people, whatever life forms or species were there, everything was as such created. Okay. Second one, the diversity was always the same since creation and will be the same in future. So there is no biodiversity, no change in the diversity. There could not be extinction of anything, or where there is a breaking of the ecosystem, or let's say food chain, let's say one organism is missing, that will change the food system. All that is not there. However it was always the same. And that earth is about 4,000 years old. All these ideas were strongly challenged during the 19th century. Based on the observations made by during a sea voyage in a sail ship called HMS Beagle around the world, Charles Darwin conducted the existing living forms share the similarities to varying degrees, not only among themselves but also with the life forms that existed million years ago. So here, three connotations are important for you to remember. So students, theory of special creation, as I mentioned, it was from Father Thoreau's, okay, theory of special creation. Okay, theory of special creation. Theory of special creation had three connotations. Okay, let's say 3 points. First point was that all living organisms all living organisms were as such from creations. Okay, from creation time we are the same, and even in future we are going to be the same. Even future we are going to be the same. Second thing, no diversity. Okay, no diversity. Same way I can take right here, no evolution. Okay, no evolution has happened, everything is the same. Same way, no diversity. Third thing is earth is 4,000 years old, not 4.5 billion years old. It was just 4,000 years old. So these were the 3 points of your special creation, which is believed that okay, everything that was formed was as such, nothing has changed, everything remains the same. Okay, nothing has changed and everything remains the same. 1 second, so let's disconnect this. Yeah, everything remains the same. Give me a minute. Okay, this was the thing. Now next one. Okay, next one, earth is 4,000 years old. This was the 3 things too. Then students, to prove all of this, or maybe to check or have a clarity, Charles Darwin, okay, Charles Darwin went in a sail, on a sail with the ship called as HMS Beagle. Okay, HMS Beagle, and in this HMS Beagle, he did a sail and he understood that actually life forms have interrelation. That means they might have looked like their ancestors, there are connection with their ancestors, and there could also be connection with the ones that have not right now there. Okay, right now there. So this was the 2-3 things that he told. Now look here, you do not have to remember the exact line, but this you remember. Okay, HMS Beagle. Around the world, Charles Darwin conducted that existing life forms share similarities to varying degrees not only among themselves but also with the life forms that existed millions of years ago. Many such life forms do not exist anymore. So there had been an extension of different life forms in years gone by, just as new life forms arose at different periods of history. Okay, there has been gradual evolution of life forms. Any population has built in variations in characters. Those characteristics which enable some of the to survive better in natural conditions, that is climate, food, physical factors, would outbreed others and less endowed to survive under such natural conditions. Another word is used is fitness of the individual or the population. The fitness, according to Darwin, refers ultimately and only to reproductive fitness. So students, according to Darwin, hence those who are better fit in the environment leave more progeny than others. These therefore will survive more and hence are selected by nature. He called it natural selection and implied it as a mechanism of evolution. Let us remember. So students, here, so I'll tell you a story. Okay, I'll tell you a story. I wouldn't say, I'll tell you a theory. Okay, story you forget, theory. Now Archaeopteryx and all I'll teach you. Okay, there's actually a lot, but right now I will not teach you all of it. Okay, students, so look here. According to Darwin, okay, according to Darwin, there's something called as natural selection. What is it called? Natural selection. Now, ma'am, what is natural selection? Very simple. If you are able to, let's take your example. Okay, let's say you are a NEET aspirant. Okay, I don't know how many of you will be able to connect NEET. Also, let's take also boards. All of you would have written one board at least in your life, no? 10th board, 11th board, 12th board, NEET, okay? Now you have different type of things, okay? You have studies pressure, most important pressure. If you're a dropper, you have problem of your years, okay, your age, okay? You have pressure from your parents. Maybe there could be financial constraints, okay? Financial constraints. There could be, problems from relatives, okay? Could be issues with government college, number of seats in government college. These are one scenario. Let's go for boards as well, okay? Again, same things continue, students. Stress, okay? Peer pressure, you will feel a lot during this time. There also peer pressure is there, but again, most of the students get along with it, okay? Peer pressure, parents expectations, okay? Relatives expectations, your class, school, teachers, okay? School, teachers, yes, and then maybe career after this, okay? All this would be a pressure of two students, okay? Let's take one NEET aspirant and let's take one board student. Now, according to Darwin, okay, according to Darwin, see, Darwin has a different concept, but just try to understand what is this natural selection. Students, if you are able to withstand all of this, okay, being a NEET aspirant, you are able to withstand financial pressure, relative pressure, government college seats, studies, your age, parents, all of this, then you are naturally selected by nature. That means you are selected to be a NEET aspirant and a future doctor. Okay, a future doctor. This is the general idea of natural selection. Be it the climate changes, now I'll talk about animals. Be it the changes in the climate, be it the changes in the competition for food, be it the changes in the number of predators, prey, etc. If you're able to naturally withstand all of this and you're strong, okay, so this student is the fittest. Let's say out of 10 students who are facing this, 9 students give up. This one student did not give up, so this student is going to be the fittest. Yes, obviously it's going to be the fittest. Same thing goes here also. You ignore all of this and you do what is possible from your end and get a good score. You are also selected by nature and you are the fittest. Okay, so the fittest is going to survive. Okay, so selection of the strongest or the fittest is going to be done by nature. But according to Darwin, okay, Darwin's natural selection totally talks about the reproductive activity. Okay, reproductive activity. Why reproductive activity? Because Darwin believes that the animals which are able to make maximum progenies, okay, maximum progenies, will be able to survive and have their own generation, which makes sense, no? If let's say an organism, let's say lion or tiger, they're not able to survive in the jungle because of any climatic condition or anything, how will they have a whole generation, or how will they create their own, space? That territory they cannot create, no? So this is what is natural selection in simple words. I have told in the in your this way, what is that, in your layman's language. Now here, let us also remember that Alfred Wallace, okay, Alfred Wallace, a naturalist who worked in Malay Archipelago, okay, Archipelago, okay, you pronounce it something, it's in Indonesia, had come to a similar conclusion around the same time. In due course time, apparently new types of organism are recognizable. All the existing life forms share similarities and share common ancestors. However, these ancestors were present at different periods in the history of Earth. Okay, the periods you do not have to know. The geological history of Earth closely correlates with the biological history of Earth. A common permissional conclusion is that Earth is very old, not thousands of years. That was told before. Okay, this is back for the theory of special creation. Okay, theory of special creation. So students, here what is happening is, they were again Darwin and Alfred Wallace. Darwin and Alfred Wallace, they both had read an article or something of Thomas Malthus. Okay, Malthus. He spoke about population and resources. Population and resources. He told that population is continuously increasing, but resources are not increasing. Okay, one is a geometric growth, one is an arithmetic growth. So since this both read this article of Thomas, they came to a conclusion that maybe nature does something to select the fittest. Okay, and that is where they came to a conclusion of natural selection, where the nature selects who should be able to survive and who should not be able to survive. Got it? That is called as natural selection, and according to Darwin, it is only the reproductive fitness. Only the reproductive fitness. Understood? Who makes the more progeny, they will be able to survive. So sometimes when you read NCERT, you will not understand a word, like in evolution now, how they spoke, no? You'll not be able to understand much, okay? But the theory of natural selection came from the same thing, okay? When he was doing this, Thomas Malthus, he has written an essay on population where he told that population is a geometric growth, okay? He told that population is a geometric growth that is continuously increasing, but we do not have resources. Resources is an arithmetic growth. Then the question came, how is nature able to balance this? Okay, that is when they told that maybe nature is actually selective. Okay, nature is selective. Now students, you will tell me, this is your farm. Okay, this is your farm and you are the farmer. Okay, and you notice that there are a lot of marriages happening nowadays. Okay, a lot of marriages happening nowadays, and everyone are looking for sunflower. Everyone are looking for sunflower. Okay, you have a farm of broccoli or something else. Okay, you have a farm of something else, and suddenly you will start growing sunflower. Okay, suddenly you will start growing sunflower. Why will you suddenly start growing sunflower? Because you notice that this is the requirement of the time. Yes or no? This is the requirement of the time. So because of the requirement, you started growing sunflowers instead of what you were vegetating or growing before. So you did artificial selection. Yes or no? You did artificial selection. If as a human, okay, if we can do artificial selection between the species that we are cultivating, let's say he was growing cabbage before, okay, he was growing sunflower, okay, beans. He is going to select sunflower because of the commercial value. Yes or no? Commercial value. Isn't this selection? Yes ma'am, it is selection, because as a farmer I have selected and I have seen that all the marriages, okay, all the marriages, they are using sunflower. Okay, they're using sunflower. So suddenly I start cultivating sunflower. Instead of cultivating cabbage, I will start cultivating sunflower. So if artificial selection can happen, or when man can select, why can't nature do the selection, was their question. And that is where they came to a conclusion that if the animals are not able to survive to the temperature, like climate, okay, food, or any other abiotic stress, okay, abiotic stress, then these animals are going to end up dying, and the ones who are able to survive all of this is going to be happily moving forward. Understood students? This is a little extra, but this will only make you understand the connection. If you read NCERT blindly, you will just be blind. Okay, you cannot understand. Chalo, we'll take a break and come back. Okay, so see you all soon. Okay, I'm back, students. Yes, let's continue. So natural selection is clear, no? I also told you how the selection happened. Now we will do one more small portion. What are the evidences for evolution? Okay, what are the evidences for evolution? Evidences that evolution of life forms has indeed taken place on Earth has come from many quarters. Fossils are remains of hard parts of life forms found in rocks. Rocks form sediments, and a cross section of Earth's crust indicate the arrangement of sediments one over the other during the long history of Earth. Different aged rock sediments contain a fossil of different life forms who probably died during the formation. So here what they're telling, I'll tell you. Now see, a study of fossil, okay, a study of fossil in different sedimentary layers indicates the geological period in which they existed. The study showed that life forms varied over time and certain life forms are restricted to certain geological time. So it's very simple. What they're trying to say is that, okay, what they're trying to say is that students, let's say, okay, these are the rocks. Okay, these are the rocks. Obviously, we know this rock is made up of sediments. Okay, continuous weathering and all of that you have studied in geography. No, I'm not going to go into the depth of that. Now, one statement that they have told us, let's assume this is the land. Okay, this is the land. Okay, this is the land. In this, let's say here we found a skeleton. Okay, we found a skeleton here. Okay, this is the most funniest skeleton you would have seen. Let's say here we found a skeleton, and let's say here we found a skeleton. Okay, now these two skeletons are there. Okay, this doesn't look anything like an organism. I'm trying to draw an organism. Okay, this is a skeleton. Now students, it is very understood that this is the new one, right? This is the new fossil and this is the oldest one, old fossil. How? From looking at where it has gone and settled. Yes or no? New fossil means it is present on the top portion and old fossil means it is downward. So you can see how many layers of sediments have come and fell over it, making this down and this on the top. So you can understand the age of the fossil is what I'm trying to say. You will understand the age of the fossil. Okay, age of the fossil. Understood? How do you know the age of the fossil? When you see the old fossil and the new fossil. Clear to all of you? This is what they're telling. Then dinosaurs got extinct. Okay. So when you have to study about fossil, it is called as paleontology. Paleontology is the study of fossil. Study of fossil. Got it? Paleontology is study of fossil. Clear? Yes or no? So you can study the age of the fossil. Now students, imagine two rocks are there. Okay, two rocks are there. And in between, okay, in between there is a skeleton. Okay, in between there is a skeleton. Obviously, it is going to form an impression on this rock. Don't you think it is going to form an impression on this rock? Yes, ma'am, it is going to form an impression on this rock, and this will also let us know that, okay, what was the organism, or maybe understand the structure, study about this organism, etc. Now, if the same thing happens in a very ice cold situation, okay, where the temperature is very low, then students, decaying won't happen. Don't you think? Why do we keep body in the mortuary? It is because the temperature is very cold, right? So the temperature is very low, so the body will not decay. Okay, decaying will not happen. Decaying will not happen. Now Embryological support for evolution was proposed by Ernest Haeckel, okay, based upon the observation of certain features during the embryonic stage common to all vertebrates that are absent in adults. For example, the embryos of all vertebrates, including human, develop a row of vestigial gill slits just behind the head, but it is functional only in fish and not found in any others. So here, embryological support means we all organisms, okay, let's say starting from the fish, okay, reptiles, okay, aves, amphibians, sorry I did not write in order, okay, mammals. They are telling all the organism had what? Gill slits, okay, vestigial gill slits. Maybe in the larval stage, okay, but only fish kept using it, okay, using was done by fish. So this vestigial gill slits is now only present in fish, not present in any other organisms, okay. So here, however, this proposal was disapproved on careful study performed by Carl Ernst von Baer. He noted that embryos never pass through the adult stage of other animals. That means it's not necessary that, you know, fish has the same embryo, reptiles have the same embryo, aves have the same embryo. It's not necessary, you know, all of it has their own embryo. Some have gill slits, some do not have gill slits. So this was completely disapproved. Completely disapproved. Understood? Embryological evidence. Now, such similarities can be interpreted to understand whether there was common ancestors were shared or not. Now, students, imagine fish and humans have the same characteristic. Okay, this is a very extreme example. Fish and humans have the same characteristic. We could say that the same characteristics is because of common ancestors. Yes or no? So they are telling it could be because of common ancestors. Why can't it be because of common ancestors is what they are telling. That means maybe if you go into the, you know, evolutionary history, okay, evolutionary history, we will understand from where these organisms have actually evolved. Okay, organisms have evolved is what they're trying to say. Okay, so here cheetah, so bats, cheetahs and humans share the similarities in patterns of the bones of the forelimbs. Every organism have humerus, radius, ulna, carpals, metacarpals and phalanges, but how they are used depends, varies differently. Now bats flying, whales swimming, cheetahs running, humans holding, so holding, catching something. So all of them have the same pattern, right? Same pattern. All have humerus, radius, ulna, metacarpals, carpals and phalanges, but how they are performing different functions. So different functions in these animals, they have similar anatomical structure. So structure is same, students, but function is different. These kind of organisms are called as homologous organisms or homologous. Okay, homologous. This is divergent evolution. That means from a common point of having humerus, radius, ulna, we are diverging it into doing different functions. Okay, different functions. Same goes with convergent. Convergent means what? We are made up of different things. Okay, we are made up of different things like sweet potato and potato. Okay, or bougainvillea and cucurbitaceae. One is used for climbing, one is used for tendrils. Modifications are there. So here you can see plants also, thorns and tendrils of bougainvillea and cucurbitaceae represent homology. That is, homology is based on divergent evolution, whereas analogy is referred to a situation exactly opposite. So bougainvillea and cucurbitaceae comes under homologous, where one is tendril, one is thorn. Okay, one is used for climbing, one is used for protection. Okay, but they are coming from modifications. Okay, now at the same time, let's say wings of butterfly and wings of bird. They are not anatomically similar, but what are they performing? They are going to perform the same function of flying. So here divergent, okay, they were that means from a different spot they are coming, and this different spot is aligning at one place. Okay, they are aligning at one place. We can call it like this. Okay, let's say butterfly is there, wings of butterfly is there. Okay, wings of dragonfly is there. All of them are going to end up flying. but all of their formation, anatomical structure is different. This is called as convergent evolution or analogous organisms. Okay, analogous organisms. So convergent evolution, that means different structures evolving for the same function, hence having similarities. So other examples of analogy are eyes of octopus and mammals, or flippers of penguins and dolphins. Flippers of penguins and dolphins. Okay, flippers of penguins and dolphins. Students, I haven't added slides, so I'll have to write it here only. So listen here, homologous. Okay, homologous. What is homologous? Structure is same. Okay, structure is same. That means anatomically their structure is same, but function is different. That means they can have a common ancestor. Okay, function is different. It means they can have common ancestors. Okay, example, forelimbs of cheetah. Okay, bat, etc. Okay, then here analogous. What is analogous? Here structure is different. Okay, structure different, but function same. They will not have common ancestors. Okay, example, wings of butterfly. Okay, and birds. Or potato or sweet potato. Okay, here examples of plants are going to be your bougainvillea. Okay, bougainvillea and cucurbitaceae. Okay, cucurbita. Okay, here it is going to be potato and sweet potato. Okay, modifications are different, but they are going to have the same function of forming, having the starch itself. Okay, starch itself. Is this clear? So this is your evolution so far. Okay, rest we will do it later. So what and all have we learned today, students? We have learned actually a lot. Okay, yes. So we learned about origin of life. Okay, universe, galaxies, earth. Okay, this we have done. Then we understood the different types of theories. Okay, and the most accepted one is chemical evolution. Okay, these are the different things that we have learned. And then we also understood some of the evidences, embryological evidences. Okay, embryological evidences. We understood analogous and homologous. Okay, homologous. These are so many things that we have learned so far. Okay, I hope you really enjoyed the session, students. See you all in next class with the second part of evolution. So do not forget to like, share, and inform your friend about this channel. See you all in next class.